chilly weekend. It was like under 3 degrees here just earlier when I had my PT session. So excited to be here and ready to rock and roll with a week 2 of the 30-day winter business boost challenge. So how did you go last week? Did you take part or did you just observe what was going on? A few people didn't cotton on as to what we were doing, and some of us who were doing the challenge were kind of saying what we were up to, and other people are going, what are you guys doing? What is all these tasks and all that sort of stuff? So I'm going to recap what we talked about last week, and then we're going to get on to the next 7 tasks for the next 7 days. And I certainly, it has put a rocket up my bum. See, my thinking was, yeah, I'm going to do this 30-day winter boost challenge. Other people can do it. And then about half an hour after I got off the call, I go, you know what, I think I need to do it as well. So I've been taking part in it myself as well. It's been quite entertaining to see where, some tasks are taking a lot longer and some tasks I'm smashing through, or I'm already on top of them. So I'm just going to quickly do my little shares across the groups that this also goes live in, and then we're going to get stuck into it. So I'm going to post the first 7 days of in the comments. I'll post what we were doing last week. So this is what we were doing last week. While I'm doing this, you can check it out and then let me know, how did you go, or did you do it? And if you haven't done it, no better time than to start this week and get it done and move on and sort of be one big week behind all of us. So we said, that you could do it. So that's one group. Sorry, I'm just trying. Oh no, I copied the wrong thing here. Hang on, I got this. Copy paste. Okay. So we said we could do 7 days, or you might like squeeze your 7 tasks into 4 days. And that's what I did. I figured, like, I don't want to have business stuff to do on the weekend, so I actually completed my 7 tasks in the 4 days, and then I was free up. But I didn't really free up on the weekend. Once I tell you what I was doing, I was so motivated by starting the challenge that that I did additional tasks, which I'm going to report on what they are this week. So to get ahead on this week as well. I don't know. Once you get started, I think it's a thing that you want to like kind of keep going and get through it and do extra things. I don't know. I've always been the person who, if I get given homework by my mentor or a program that I'm doing, I'll do that, and then I'll do a little bit more extra over and above it. All right. All my shares are done. Fantastic. All right. So just to recap, last week it was all about decluttering. And hey, Julian, I know Julie's been doing the challenge, so she's raring to go for this week. And she's got all of her tasks done. So last week it was all about updating and decluttering. So first of all, it was about updating the website, LinkedIn profile, Facebook, all your social media profiles. And what else was there? Instagram, I did Twitter, YouTube. I recorded a new trailer for my YouTube channel, updated so many things. I even hired now an editor to go through my 2 websites to just make them like super spick and span. And then it was creating a marketing collateral item, of which I ordered some more branded clothing and a new business card to update the look and the call to action on it and all that kind of stuff, because I've had this one like for a few years. Even though I've got some left, I wanted a new design. So I got that, and then it was about decluttering the inbox, the desktop, the files on the computer, and the office. The one thing I didn't do is this top drawer here in my office, because my office is actually already really decluttered. But that's my first port of call today, because today is actually a public holiday here, so we're not going to work the whole day. We're just going to do the lives, and then I'll have some focus time to get on some of these ahead on this next 7 tasks. So updating and decluttering was last week. All right, so we're moving into week 2 of the 30-day winter business boost challenge. And this one is now we're starting to take some actions. Who do you use for your clothing? That Joe, I use the print. Hang on, Printiba. I'll post the link. They actually have so many awesome options of like t-shirts, singlets, like muscle tops, or dresses. I ordered a short sleeve dress and a long sleeve dress. with my branding and all that kind of stuff. So I'm having a bit of fun, like just getting different things and in 3 different colors because my branding has the white, the black, and the red. So yeah. All right. So and I've looked at other companies and there's just don't have as much of a range with them. All right. So task 7 more tasks this week. And hey, Rebecca, I'm a bit scared to watch to see where the task goes. I love it. You should be scared. Oh my God, you guys, you wouldn't believe I spent 10 hours on my weekend rather than chilling out, whatever. I got obsessed with this platform, Teachable. I'm going to be doing it today as well. Like, I'm having so much fun setting up online course or my online course, migrating it to there and setting up a school. And I've made it look so good. I'm so excited. Anyway, that was one of the tasks for this week. So I'm ahead on that one. All right, first task. Number 1, sort out your books. Okay, so it's all about accounting, bookkeeping. All right, so get ready for EFS, end of financial year. Of course, if you're one of those people watching from another country, it might not be end of financial year for you, but it is here in Australia on the 30th of June. And book your accountant appointment with your accountant for say mid-July to do your taxes. That's when I do it. I hand in my taxes like 30th of June at midnight or whatever. I'm crazy like that, and I'm always their first person in. And I can tick this one off. I already did it last week. I said to him, "Can we meet on the 15th of June, 14th or 15th of June?" And I'm on top of the book. So I've done this one, but I know a lot of people may not be on track for this particular one. So sort out your books and contact your accountant and book your end of financial year appointment to go and do your taxes and be on top of that. I don't know if you're behind or if you do this regularly, but I certainly do. We always have 2 appointments with our accountant. Is the April one, which is the pre-tax planning, and then the actual end of year financial year and on top of everything. Good morning, Virginia. Nice to see you as well. All right, so task number 1 is sort out your books and book your get ready for end of financial year and book your appointment with your accountant to go in on around mid-July for that. If not, latest early August. Okay. Number 2 task. Oh, this is the one that I'm doing, and I think this is the one that's going to take me probably the 2 days rather than the 1 day. But number 2 is sort out a 90-day content creation calendar for your social media. Sort out a 90-day content creation calendar for your social media. So what I'm going to tap into, recently I bought, and by the way, you might want to look this up and do it yourself as well. Recently I purchased the social media calendar planner, and if you Google or whatever, you might be able to find it. But this girl that entrepreneur who has it set up as a resource for other entrepreneurs, had this whole calendar of ideas of what you should be posting. So what I'm going to pull out is that because she has so many like ideas, and social media is all about variety and posting different things on there. So what I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to have like 3 months worth, and I'm going to type over it and save it for myself and what I'm going to be posting in each of those 90 days. But I know that this task is going to take me probably over, I'll do it over 2 days, like maybe do 45 days and 45 days. And again, some posts might be really easy to think of, but I'll need to sit here and kind of brainstorm what I'm going to release over the next 90 days and see how that goes, because I haven't really tested out her since I bought it. It's been sitting there as a resource, but I haven't really tapped into it. And I don't like buying stuff that goes on the virtual shelf help. Recently we bought the Smart Kids Chore System with Stuart. We sat through that whole online course. And that's the other thing was the social media thing. And it's so easy. Like if you buy something for $40 or $50, this is how much this costs. So much value in it. But I haven't really started utilizing it. So that's going to be my goal. It's like I've invested in it. I wanted it. I saw the value in it, and now I'm going to test it out. So task number 2 is sort out your 90-day content creation calendar. So we think variety, think of posts, whether it might be a quote post, a question post, sharing a story, sharing a tip, a video post, a live stream. So it's going to be something different. So success and engagement in social media is all about variety. And that's what I learned from some of her resources that I was able to look through, but actioning some of her ideas. I was already doing a lot of this stuff, and I know about the variety, and I have done well on social media. I just, I guess, always look for things of how I can improve. All right, so that's task number 2 for this week. So we're up to 10, what is it, 9 days. Okay, number 10. Okay, number 10 is, or number 3 for this week is network online. So book in and attend someone else's online networking event. And there are thousands out there right now, especially since no one can have real life events. There's so many. And one of my authors suggested to look up BX Networking, which has networking at 9 and 1 p.m. Tuesday through to Friday. So there's like so many options of what you can do, attend as a guest. Book myself in 9 a.m. on Friday. I'm going to go and attend that particular one and check it out. I've done a lot of my own events, a lot of my own catch-ups and things like that. So that one I can tick off my list. I've booked it in, it's in the calendar, so I don't have to do. So this is where I'm going to do the extra 90-day for the 90-day content calendar. That's going to take me up longer. Okay, so that's task number 3 is find an online networking event and attend it and see how it feels, and polish up your pitch, and present yourself on there. And if you like it, then do something weekly online to continue networking and connecting with other people. As this is the new normal, so we just need to keep going, right? All right, task number 4 for the week. Task number 4. Now it's over to you. And that is set a date to start promoting your own online event. Okay, so this one also for me is ticked off because every fortnight we host 2 of our half-day workshops. So this week on Wednesday we're doing Australia again, and on Thursday we're doing the US again. So every fortnight, this is our new routine. There's a fortnightly half-day workshop, one for Australia, one for the US, both on the same date, since the US is on the one day behind. So it's like the same date in the calendar for the people, and it's easy for us to remember as well. And certainly every Friday night I'm hosting like Friday night drinks with my authors and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing a lot of this, but I know some of you are not. So that's my challenge to you, is to set up your own, whether it's just a catch up with 5 to 10 business buddies, and you're just hosting your own little networking event. But I want you to take the responsibility, the leadership, and to set it up, to send everyone Zoom links, to promote it, to get into that mode of bums on seats, and execute and think about your content and the structure of the event, and what you're going to do and how you're going to follow up. When you're hosting an event, there is a lot of logistics. Just because it's an online event doesn't mean it's any easier. And I think sometimes there's a lot more online, like reminders and things like that you got to do. So that is number 4. So what I would suggest is, if you are going to start and launch it and promote, choose something that's going to be in 2 weeks time, because in week 4 one of your tasks is you have hosted and run your online event. Okay, you have hosted and run your online event. So task number 4 is set a date and start promoting your own online event that's going to run, say, 10 to 14 days from now. Okay, because with online events you don't need as big a lead up time. People generally, with face-to-face ones, I would say 4 to 6 weeks lead up time, but with online events, and we've seen this also with our half days, you only need like 7 to 14 days. I say give yourself 14. So maybe Tuesday 2 weeks from now, in 15 days, that's the date for your event. Best days I would say suggest is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that you choose something to run on. All right, so that was task number 4 for this week. And I've got 2 of those, well, I think 3 of them. I've got my accounting book, and I've got my networking online book, and I've got my online event. So I had 3 of them. So I really am going to put all my energy into that 90-day content creation calendar as far as I'm concerned. Okay, task number 5 for this week is read a business book. Read a business book. Okay, so I downloaded a sample. So I started looking at this already because I know the list, right? I started looking at this already, and I downloaded a sample, I think, of a book called Deep Work. It had a lot of awesome, what is it? Uh, Reviews. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. So it had a lot of awesome reviews. I've started reading. I don't know if I'm going to progress, but if you have any business books that you actually love and have read, please post them in the comments. I'll check them out. Because I'll probably get into reading the business book later in the week, more towards the weekend. I like to read that in my spare time anyway, that kind of stuff. So, read a business book is this week's task for day number 5. Of course, you're not going to read this, hopefully. I mean, you can read a book in one day, of course, if you set aside your 5 or 6 hours for it. But perhaps maybe start looking at it from today and maybe do half an hour of reading every day and you'll get to it at the end of the week. And you certainly can take it into next week, but finish it within the 30-day challenge because you never know, there might be one more book reading coming up in week 4, I'm thinking. All right, but about a different kind of thing. All right, so that's it. That was task number 5, read a business book. And certainly happy for people to recommend and see what they've loved lately, to check out myself as well. All right. Oh, here's the 6th one. Hey, Luma. Here's the 6th one. Learn how to use a new app or software that's going to make you and help you more, save you time and make you more productive in business. Okay. So this is a post that I actually put up in my secret group. I think it was on Friday, and I said, see, I was getting ahead of myself, like kind of getting ready for this week's tasks. And I said, oh, you know what app or software do you guys use? And a lot of people are suggesting things that I already use anyway, which I love, like Slack and Asana and all that. Hey, Annie. And so one of my authors said, oh, I've just set up a school on Teachable. And this is a platform where you can host online programs. And this is what I've been obsessed with the last 3 days. Absolutely, my head's been in it. I've set up 2 online programs. I've set up my online school. You guys can join my school because there'll be some free stuff put on there. Like I'm gonna set a lot of things up this week. I'll put up it's ultimate 48-hour author.teachable.com, so you can join the school. And I've already got my half-day workshop set up like an online program. Because we sell the footage to that anyway on our website. So now it's like a full-blown with downloaded templates. So cool. And then I've got my full-blown Ultimate 48-hour online portal. Like, oh, that it looks so good. And I'm going to send all my past online portal participants and my authors who do retreats, they get access to that, like their coupons, so they can create their system. And I've been able to update all of these things as well with more recent templates and things like that. So for me, it has been Teachable, and that's what I'm going to talk about in my secret authors group. Like, what are some of the things that I have discovered, just like playing on it for 12 hours over the weekend. Because I had an old platform where I hosted my online program, but it wasn't very user friendly and it was a little bit, I think, old school in the way it was set up. So now moving everything to so professional, looks so good. So for me, that's been, and that is going to save me so much time, and I'll be able to create a membership style thing. That's my next goal, is to work out how and to set up a membership opportunity for people that want to write books and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit more this week if I wasn't obsessed enough over the last 4 days. So join my school. It doesn't cost anything. Infinite game. Ooh, I haven't heard that. I'm going to look that up, Luba. So the task number 6 was learn how to use it. So it could be a new app. It could simply, like, for example, I love using Alarmed on my phone. And Alarmed is all about setting up reminders for yourself. And if I need to charge anyone on their credit card for their monthly payment, it just reminds me all the time. So it saves me time and I don't have to think about stuff myself. Could be as simple as something like that, right? I've done a lot of lives where I talk about which apps I use and which make me more productive. I love when I find something new and exciting, and it's going to make my life so much easier. And investing these 10 to 12 hours over the weekend to learn this system, like, oh my God, was there a learning curve? At the beginning, I was like, oh my God, I can't change the name here. I don't know how to change the design. I'm clicking again. It's not doing anything. It was just like, oh, and I found myself in the same place that any person who starts to use new technology finds themselves wasting hours upon hours. When I worked it out finally, like the learning curve was like, oh, and then it was boom. I when I learned it finally, I was just like click, 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 upload, put this here. And I'm just like, I know how to navigate. Like I've fully mastered it. I mean, of course, when you're newer at this, it's going to take you longer. But after a while, what I find is that learning software in different platforms becomes easier because the foundational things are similar within them. So that was really cool. And I'm like excited that I've passed that the hard learning curve where you're just stuck and you go, oh my God, what did I do this for? And why did I, open up another can of worms? But yeah, I swear to God, at the other end, there's so much amazing stuff for kickbacks in terms of saving time and having better infrastructure in the business ultimately. Okay, and number 7 for this week is create 5 short 90-second hot tip videos on your business and expertise. So create 5 short 90-second business tips and tricks videos on your expertise. So I certainly am going to do some video today because today's a public holiday. I don't need to do my business stuff because it's actually meant to be a day off, but I'm actually going to do some, again, working on the business rather than in the business. That's what that's what this whole challenge is about actually. It is about working on our business because we can get lost so much in the doing of the daily tasks, the emails, the responding to people all the time. But that this challenge is about working on our business so we can be more productive, we can find faster ways of doing stuff, we can release new content and have intellectual property that's going to serve and add value so that we can attract the future clientele that we're going to be working with. So that's what all of that is about. So I've done my hair, I've done my makeup, I can change tops, and I'm just going to sit here and do videos. I'll probably smash out a lot of I'll probably do my top tip videos, play more on Teachable, and pretty much, maybe check out that book that Luba's just recommended. And then I'm going to start the content. The rest of the week will be the content creation calendar because this week is a promotional week for us. We've got 2 half-day workshops online, which means we need to be on and make sure we can juggle everything else alongside it. So let's recap what the so this week is about, so if we named the week, so week 1 was all about decluttering and updating. I would say this week is about connecting because it's about having a networking event and launching your own one that you're going to host in a fortnight. Connecting and what would be the other word? So I think it's like being more efficient and no, I think it's like infrastructure building because the 90-day content calendar is like built like having something you're going to go on with and you don't have to think about every day. And then it's about using the software tool and all that kind of stuff. So it's about infrastructure and connecting. That's what we're going to name this week's overall feel of what the challenge is going to be about. So if you are doing the challenge, I'd love to hear back how things are going because some people have said they're doing it and they're letting me know how they're going, and other people are doing it anyway, just on their own and following all of the tasks. And certainly I've come up with 7. Well, I'm ready for next week as well. I haven't come up with the last. So the last one, the last one's going to have probably 8 or 9 just to get us to 30. Because I'm up to number 22 of what I've brainstormed they should be. And I'm sure that I'm going to come up with some ideas because I think more ideas open up as I do more stuff. I go, oh, this would be a really cool thing to add on to the challenge. So that's what I'm going to do. So I hope this is giving you some food for thought. If you didn't do the first 7 days of the challenge of the websites and the decluttering inboxes, it's not too late to start. Because some things, as I said, out of all of these tasks, you might look at and you go, yep, I'm on top of that one. I can tick that off. and other things will take you a lot longer, as you would suspect. And or if you choose and decide to do like an app, learn an app, it might not be like as deep as teachable what I was figuring out how to do all weekend. It might be something else that doesn't take as long to actually master and all that sort of stuff. But do challenge yourself, do push yourself. As we were saying with one of my authors on the Friday night drinks, she said, "What have you started? Like a health push-up challenge?" And I said, "Well, no, it's not a health thing." I said, actually, it feels like it's like you're doing push-ups, but they're business push-ups. And truly, because it does like kind of stretch you, because you got, I'm sure you guys have a lot of things to do anyway, servicing your clients and doing the normal stuff that you do. But yeah, it is business push-ups with this challenge. It really is like, add the extra things, and see how you can fit it all into your working week. I'm happy you're loving it, Joe. Come across to the 48-hour author mastermind group, because I'm going to go talk about Teachable and what I found is amazing in it, and how, some of the, like, I guess, learning curve things that I'm going to share with the authors, because I did recommend it weeks back on the I researched how to record your own audiobook, found some great articles. There you go, Luba. That's awesome. A lot of people have questions around audiobooks and things like that. So I recommended it a few weeks back in our master class on I love the short hot tip video idea, Nikki. Yeah, totally. Like, you should do them all the time. Like, but I think you do as much as you can, because this is going to give you guys an overhaul of all of the different areas of what your business has and where it's at. I love seeing like all my updated pictures and videos everywhere now, because it doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago. That I've put up that profile picture or video on my YouTube channel. Like, my trailer was like, God, it was 3 years old, my YouTube trailer. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep this list, and perhaps go through it every 6 months. I think it's an awesome list. I think coming up with this idea last Monday, this came from, let me just tell you how this came up, this whole challenge. Stuart and I, like, we couldn't come up with a content piece of what to talk about on a Monday morning. And it was the first day of winter last Monday. And I was like, oh my God, maybe I need to tie in with winter and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting here, and then he came around the side of this media banner, and he said, I don't know, maybe, like, what about like something like what to do during winter in your business and all that. And I said, maybe we should do a 30-day challenge. That'll give me 4 weeks worth of content of what to talk about. And then all of a sudden, it was like, I think it's one of my most favorite things that I've actually brought forward, but it actually has brought value into what I do on a daily basis, and hopefully what you guys are doing as well. So go forth, book in your networking event, find that app or software. For my authors who are watching, where I asked that question in the secret group, go see what the other people recommended, because there was actually 15, 20 different things people recommended that they actually use in their business all the time, that makes them more productive. So you might be able to get some ideas from there. A couple of people have recommended books here on this live, and I'm going to certainly check out the Simon Sinek one, and download a sample, because I don't know, sometimes I don't want to get stuck with the book that I just want to finish, but I want to learn something. I want that hot red gold gold nugget that's going to make me change something, transform it as something in my mind, or something really practical. And I'm all about practical. I don't know if you notice, but I'm really about doing stuff and practical things, and because each of those actions moves us forward, and closer to the goals that we want to achieve. Toggle for time spent with a client. Oh, what is that? I'll check that out. But anyway, my goal this week is that my big one is going to be creating a 90-day content calendar. I guess the 5 tips videos, I've already actually, as I know the list, I already in my notes. So what I do is, in my notes on my phone, I have got my 5 videos. I don't know if you can see that. I've got my 5, so I know what I'm going to talk about. I just got to record them, because I got ahead of myself. I wanted to kind of pre-prepared for this week. Anyway, so I'm just going to copy and paste 8 through to 14 into the chat box, so that you guys now have all 1 through to 14. If you haven't noticed them, they're both 2 comments throughout the feed. Go forth, get on it, just do it. Just you'll feel so great after it, and you'll feel like so organized and so on top of everything. It's going to be amazing. And my team's been doing it as well, like decluttering their area, their desktops, their all that kind of stuff. Stuart, Viv, Lendy, and it's been amazing across the board, because this is how ultimately you've run really efficiently and lean, and you have time, and you achieved the goal of having the lifestyle business and why you started in business to begin with. All right, guys, I'm going to go across to my secret group, talk to them all about Teachable. So exciting. And I'll connect you next week for task number 15 through to 21. Okay, smash it out. Bye, guys. Have a